Good afternoon. Welcome to a scene for actually good morning. Geez, it's still morning. Welcome to a scene for the Living World of Darkness Mage Venue. This is going to be a scene of dramatics, at least to start. As Grace basically has sent out this message that just says meeting right now in like all caps to every single mage that she has a phone for, which I assume is all of them. And then she's like, be there in 10 minutes. And then like 9 minutes later, she basically bolts into this place. And, you know, she's kind of a wreck. And there's like blood, like there's like rinsed out blood, but I could still see blood when it's rinsed out. It's like on the collar of her shirt peeping up from the jacket. Her hair is like all wet and basically not combed at this point. And she's kind of got her like hands sort of wrapped around her ribs as she's kind of wincing, but moving as fast as she can.
Which isn't that impressive, to be honest, at the moment.
Not at the moment, no. No, because she's basically moving on willpower and she has no willpower. So, so she basically just kind of goes in there, kind of walks in, goes up the stairs and sort of heaves herself into this chair where she just sort of falls, like while kind of going, she sort of falls into it. And the first creature I'm sure that finds her is her lovely Willow, who it looks all kinds of worried and basically climbs into her lap and refuses to move. But yeah, she'll pull out her phone and be like, "I'm here. Please come to the main room now."
Who are you texting that to? Everyone or just?
Everybody. Group text to all mages in the chantry.
Alec will swing open his door, kind of like a little bit off to the living room. It's an audible here if you are too tired to move out your neck. And you'll hear some like sliding and clapping on the floor as he has kind of like these slip-on home shoes. And he's walking out with his little cup of coffee, very groggy looking, hair severely disheveled.
You see a mess sitting before you with a cat in her lap.
He has an audible, like, inhuman grunt at the fact that he's trying to make some sort of semblance of a syllable as he then moves to the coffee maker.
Hello?
After pouring a cup of coffee and taking a sip, what's up?
Are you kidding me? Get in here.
Okay.
And she is visibly hurt. Like that's what I was trying to say by the fact that she is like holding her ribs. You know what I mean? She's visibly hurt.
He'll walk in and give you an eye up and down. Is she getting another bar fight?
Have I ever been in a bar fight?
I don't know. I haven't talked to you a whole lot.
Well, I'm not the bar fight type. Oh, God. A lot happened. The main point right now is Luca has Rika.
Wait, what? Ava's, by the way, kind of leaning in the door opening. She's holding, kind of tucked under her arm. Is like a couple of books actually that she's kind of trying to keep balance while, only having one hand to do it with. How does Luca have Rika?
And
how are they connected?
Only by the fact that he was chasing both of us.
And wasn't he taken captive by those Vikings or something?
Yes, and I think he's dead now.
Luca or Rika?
Luca. Rika was alive the last I heard. Last I saw of him. He was passed out and very hurt, but he was alive.
So To
So
backtrack,
let's bring it back to why does Luca have Rika?
and backtrack even further to who is Luca?
My asshole ex-husband who is apparently dead, some kind of zombie thing now.
Oh, well, that has to be slightly tormenting for you. Or maybe not. Maybe it's a hope.
You know, that's just his latest form, honestly. It's just
Grace, why
that's
does
the least
Luca
of the
have
problem.
Rika?
Because I couldn't get him back. Because if I had gone after him, I would have died, and then he would have had no chance to get free at all if I didn't get word back to you.
So Luca kind of popped up here and grabbed Rika?
Not here. On the streets.
Oh, great. So now we have to deal with Technocrat and a zombie X. Oh.
Okay, let me look. Let me start from the beginning here, okay? Did you guys read the news earlier?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's pretty obvious that someone is going after, after people like me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So I listened as she looks directly at Ava. I listened and I went looking for help. I found Rika.
You found
And?
someone who's barely even worthy of the name mage. Yes?
You know, if we're going to judge people like that,
I'm not judging him.
it's not my fault that I couldn't find anybody else around. It is not my fault.
So you're saying you went after him with someone who barely knows how to do magic, and you call that calling in help?
Alpha, this isn't like you. You're not always
Shut up.
Can I just tell the story and you can judge later?
Yes, please.
Because you're very, very good at judging right now.
Can you just tell the story?
I was trying to. You kept talking. So, I found him. He agreed to help. So we came up with a bit of a plan. And we realized that we couldn't do anything here because we didn't want to be able to lead any kind of whatever magic we did would lead back to here. So, I rented a motel room under a fake name using cash. We went there and I went looking for him because I wasn't really sure. As in, I went looking to try to find him since we all know my connection is the most. And she, well, I found him. He wasn't where he was last time. And he looked a lot different. His face was bluish and dead looking, and he just sat in a chair unmoving. I thought he was dead. But there was a stack of stuff in front of him, including that watch that he had that kept going off every time that I used magic, and he basically he could tell I was doing some kind of magic at the time. Probably not just me, but I happened to be the one who saw it. Probably some technocracy thing. And I used it, and I saw him. He didn't move, didn't react. The watch did go off, of course, but it was just in a pile in front of him. I decided to grab the watch. It could be useful. Don't start judging as she looks at Ava, she's going to assume is judging. And okay, that awoke that awoke the beast. He basically kind of acted like a zombie or an animal, something that doesn't have a whole lot of thought behind it, but more just reaction.
Instinct?
Yeah, except sometimes he was able to get a few words out to me. He didn't seem to recognize me very well.
Under control?
And I don't know, but either way, he had bits falling off of his face, like his face was rotting off.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, it was beautiful. So then he realized what was happening. He I'm sorry, I was trying to.
Story,
yeah, Yes. So he grabbed me and he basically started trying to pull me through. And Rika grabbed me and pulled back. I, of course, struggled. We pulled back together. And eventually, we managed it, but only after he punched me really hard in the face. I healed that after coming to my senses, because, God, that was heavy. And we realized that we need to clean up the place because there was bloody water everywhere. And so we went out to get bleach. And then this sort of shadow thing, some sort of shadowy thing started chasing after us. And I caught it, grabbed him, and we bolted. Caught us. The shadow thing came up over us, and this cat appears in front of us, only it has his eyes. And it then grew into like just way bigger than any cat should ever be, way bigger than me, and started like whacking away at us. And he knocked me to one side. And then he hit Rika once. And I realized that he was trying to avoid the sun because there was sun, a patch of sun over there that he had to stay in the shady area. So I was like, head for the sun, and I started to run towards the sun because I knew he would be running right after. Unfortunately, he managed to knock Rika out, and I made it to the sun. And instead of coming to me, even though he went and picked up Rika, and I started. I did an effect where I was able to ping him with sun. Rather magnified sun. And he very much did not like it. He would not come into the sun at all. So I was safe, and I tried to lure him further, and he wouldn't. And eventually he left with Rika because I could not do anything from a distance that would hurt him enough to get him to drop Rika. And if I had continued to go after, then I wouldn't have gotten to come back to get help. He told me, he's like, you know where to find me if you want him back. And I do.
Okay, where?
I know where to find him. Oh, yeah, right. He sort of tunneled away, some sort of weird earthy thing. Like he was holding Rika. It was magic, clearly.
So where do we find him?
And she's going to pull out her phone, try to find a map of Queens, I believe it was, and point in the general area that it was. It was underground, and she'll be like, it's underground in this area, and it's a subway station. Like an abandoned one.
Okay.
We need a better map that has like old subway lines and stuff, and we can easily find him. He'll have time. He probably will have had time to set up traps and things, but I don't think his mind is focused that much that way.
Well, it's better to be more cautious.
Either one of you knows mind magic?
She shakes her head.
Sadly, no.
You're better.
Okay.
You're far better than me.
That wasn't the question. I know I am.
What is up with you lately?
Grace doesn't even say anything. She just nods. Like she's used to hearing this kind of thing from Nausicaa, honestly.
Sorry. Oh gods. Oh gods.
You know that she would say it would just be a fact. It wouldn't even be cocky. It's just a fact.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the thing was with Alpha, I wasn't to be cocky either.
Right. That's why Grace was like, okay, yeah.
Do you know enough mind magic to attempt to contact Rika? Because if he is like a zombie or something undead and is probably controlled, then I don't think anyone would have thought of putting Rika in some sort of a mind magic preserved area. I hope not, at least.
I think that you could do it.
I'm asking if you can do it.
I don't know how to do it.
Oh, okay.
I've never learned any mind. I've been focusing in other areas.
Speaking of something, hey, Alva, whenever you get some time, I need to talk to you in private about something.
Right. Pick a number. Stand in line.
I drew 41.
Well, then there's 40 waiting for it before you.
Oh, dang it.
Sorry, I saw Carl there. Look, Rika is going to be top priority. The rest can wait.
Exactly.
He's one of us. Okay, I'll try and contact him. Give me a moment. I need to grab some stuff.
She nods and just sort of tries to squirm, like she kind of tries to work into a more comfortable position and just winces.
Let me go grab some bandages from the medicine kit.
I'm not really cut. I just if you find a wrap or something to wrap my ribs, that's good enough.
Yeah, bandage wrap. That's what it's called. He'll walk into the restroom and come out and bringing some like bandage wrap. Question, Carl.
Yes.
Am I able to use Life 2 at all to help heal her wounds?
No.
No.
Nope. Okay. In that case, he will grab it and help you kind of wrap your torso and whatever other limbs are like bleeding and cut and probably bruised and broken.
We had decided that it was basically like her ribs and stomach area, and it's probably just banged up and beat up.
Yeah,
right. Because it's 4 bashing she has at the moment.
Yep.
Yeah,
but yeah, help. So she'll lift her shirt up. She's like not even shy about this because it's a freaking wound, you know.
Yeah, he's not either.
She'll like lift up her shirt and so that he can like wrap around her ribs.
Yeah, you'll see that he has like almost zero interest. He doesn't even like close to look like he's looking away, and he just kind of wraps it, pastes it, kind of gives you a pat on the back, and then turns around groggily and picks up his cup of coffee and sits back down.
Yeah, she just says she just kind of adjust it like a second, and she's like, "Thank you," and she'll like drop her shirt back over top. The whole thing was completely clinical on both sides.
Yeah.
As you guys are doing that, Ava will come back with like crayon, chalk, I should say. Sorry, candles, incense, like the whole 9 yards, and she starts to draw circle on the ground, candle on like opposite sides of the circle. We'll like put a little bit of paper and write her own name on one of the candles and Rika's on the other end of on the other candle, and starts filling the lines of the circle, like on the inside of the circle and on the outside of the circle with like words. She is using. Let me check my freaking. Oh no, wait, that's Darcy. That's the wrong fucking mage.
What the heck? Why would you have Darcy open?
Different venue, different Darcy. Doesn't matter. But
okay.
I'm cheating.
Naughty Saskia.
I am cheating. Yes, it doesn't matter. But Ava has a shit ton of languages. So she's going to use Swedish on the inside of the circle. So anyone knowing Swedish can ask, and I will tell you what it says. And
it was an evil language made of devils.
I know, honey. I know. And she will just use English on the outside of the circle.
I've got 1 point in Country Hillbilly. That counts.
You got what?
It's a joke about Alex's backstory.
Ah, okay. I just didn't hear it at all. Like,
I thought
it
I've
was
got
like
one
Howie.
country hillbilly.
Ah. And she'll just use English on the outside of the circle because she doesn't know if Rika would speak like any of the languages that she's speaking. Probably not, since Ava doesn't know Japanese yet. Although she could learn it with mind easily. Um, but also she doesn't know if Rika actually speaks it at all. And she knows that Rika speaks English, so she'll just kind of fill in the words with English, and you can both read that these are words that Ava kind of uses to describe Rika. So both like what Rika looks like, so physical description, as well as how Ava actually sees Rika, like emotional. She'll mention like the grandmother, and so a little bit of his past, what she knows, a little bit of his personality, a little bit of his appearance. And yeah, that is, she's then going to sit in the middle of the circle, close her eyes, and tries to use mind magic to connect herself to Rika's mind.
That's going to be a mind correspondence thing. Yes, go ahead and roll for this.
Yes, I think I even have a road for it, but
That doesn't matter.
no. And
Not in this
come
range.
on,
You will guys reach
Discord. There we go. Okay, Elwood.
I think 4 to 5 successes should be enough for this.
Check. Thank you. I always suck at knowing how many successes I need.
Yeah.
Oh, is there anything I can I use like an intelligence linguistics roll or something for as a practice roll?
You should seriously get a high ritual skill. But
I know. I didn't
yes.
even know it was like a thing that you could take. Else I would have had it by now because
The high
yeah.
ritual skill, the high ritual being the core practice of the hermetic.
I know. I know, but no, I didn't mean it was like a talent, skill, or knowledge. But
Yeah, I know, but it is one. It's a secondary one, but it's the core book. But anyway, not important. But just roll for linguistics. I will allow it for
okay.
sure. It's
Thank you.
language based, but I will in the future recommend get linguistics.
Yeah, I will do it next downtime.
Yep, cool. Anyway, I
So
will.
practice roll. 2 successes.
Yeah. So then 2 difficulty. Difficult standard for this is you. How deep of a connect? How much correspondence do you have? 2.
I have yes, I have correspondence too.
So that will only be like a basic mind link. It will not be a full like you could get with Mind Tree. Just to point out.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So what was the diff? Sorry. Oh wow, I got it.
Difficulty would have been 3 for that one because difficulty 5. Yeah. So 3 successes. Roll again.
Successes. Roll again. First practice is again 2 successes. Arte is again 3 successes. I'm on 6.
Yeah, you have succeeded. Now, I'm not going to be able to illustrate, and you have experienced a lot of physical pain lately, but I'm not going to illustrate the level of physical pain. That's the first thing you're going to get from his mind.
Great.
First thing, like he's partially unconscious, but his mind is a complete mess of pain, and you will soon realize why. Because as you feel his mind, you can also feel what he's feeling. The second fear is an overwhelming fear. He is completely, utterly terrified because he's confined in like an urn, like a stone coffin thing, with both arms bound and sticking out, so he can't withdraw them in. Right? His fingers have been crushed. In his mouth, there are 2 rusty nails sticking out, like sticking through one cheek through the other, and like it's been like smacked through, so they can't pull them out. And the skin underneath his feet have been flayed off, and not in a nice sort of way. It's very.
Is there a nice way to be flayed?
Yeah, I tried.
Sedated.
Yeah, this has not been a sedated sort of thing. In addition to that, he seems to have, if not broken, then at least bruised bones. His body is knocked all to hell. So it's a miracle he's alive. But due to the fact that he's been are injured in only ways that I can't really kill him, it's a miracle. It's not that much of a miracle, but yeah. And the pain combined with the fact with his claustrophobia is, it's knocked him unconscious.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you get from his mind. You know that it's so correspondence. That's not. Yeah.
Is there a way for me to kind of ease his mind or ease his pain in a way?
I mean, you could definitely, through the connection, try and do some very basic. You can't really remove it because you can't physically change his body. You can't.
No, I know.
Just with life, and your mind isn't strong enough to completely, But you soothe him, sure, and make it not as mind-destroyingly horrifying as it is.
Okay. So, what's echoing?
Let me double check.
Is it me?
No, it was Carl. God damn it.
Okay. It's okay. We'll make it work.
So I do want to ease his pain because I have soft-hearted flaw. So literally feeling someone being in so much pain, that is just. Oh wait, I actually have to roll for that.
That is actually soft. You have a soft-hearted flaw.
I have a soft-hearted flaw. That is willpower diff 8, I believe. Yeah, willpower diff 8.
Yeah. Because he's been brutally tortured.
Yeah.
And you can feel every bit of that. And all of your heightened, soft-hearted empathy is probably going into overdrive.
Yay! Fine. I fail. I'm gonna help him now. I don't care how much this takes. This is gonna go first now.
Yes. How are you going to help him? Please, tell me.
Okay.
Are you okay?
I hate you.
Please proceed. Never mind me.
It's just cackling. You get used to it after a while.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's just cackling of a madman. Don't let it throw you off.
Okay. I want to keep a connection to Rika so that I sort of know what's going on.
The connection is lasting. You got 6 successes. That connection is going to last for quite some time.
Okay, that is cool. So in that case, can I basically split the pain off? Like basically, pain is like I don't know how to say it, but it's coming in through the nerves and then kind of transmitting to the brain, translating into pain.
Yeah.
Right. So I want to let the pain not go to his brain, but only to mine, because then I can like literally keep having a connection between him, and he won't feel the pain anymore. And this is stupid. This can't go wrong in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I will point a very. You can't actually take away the pain though, because this is a physical thing. What you can do is that you can let it enter his mind and then just like whoop over to you.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's because like you can't physically manipulate the connection between the synapses and the nerves and the. But
that sound a bit lifey, actually.
Yeah. I can do that soon, hopefully at some point.
Yes,
me too. Hopefully,
yes, but not presently. So by all means, roll arithmetic for this.
Oh God!
I would recommend. Yeah, go for it, please.
Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna do this by.
Are you trying to take all of his pain?
Sure. Yeah, I failed that roll. Bring it. I was gonna do something smart, but then I failed my roll. I had a smart idea for this.
Yes, go for it. Roll away. Roll away.
Okay. Okay, so Ava's going to basically grab the 2 candles and put them in the middle of the circle, like literally, actually dipping them slightly so that the wax, the hot wax, kind of falls on the ground and kind of mixes up together, which will be the connection of both of their minds. Yeah, I will roll a 6, a 10, and a 3.
Okay, roll again, please. You get one more roll before this affects. Okay.
I fail.
Yes. But are you ritualing this?
Yeah.
Make sure that this works. Go for it then. Roll again. Please.
Okay, then I need to do a stamina roll first.
No, it's not. It's not a big ritual. It's just
Oh,
a
okay,
small-
okay, check. Like that
With
better.
all of this going on, Alec is going to be going by and getting another pot of coffee ready.
Okay,
He'll-
that should be enough. That should be enough. Yeah.
coffee.
Okay, so Ava now feels the most extraordinary pain she's ever felt in her entire life. I'm speaking like physically. She's now incapacitated. You can't walk because the pain in your feet is too, like, excruciating. Your body, you feel like the pain of every bruise, every mark. It feels like your back is partially broken. You can feel you can actually get phantom pains from this. You feel the fingers of both of your hands having been crushed into almost like a paste-like thing. You feel your cheeks being impaled and the taste of the rusty, nails in your mouth. And yeah.
It has to be phantom pain. She doesn't. She only has one hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I pointed out. It's phantom pain.
Yeah.
Oh God! You see, this happens when you can't do harm to others. When you made a promise to a certain spirit.
Yeah, so you broke a few days after.
Hey! I'm sitting out the month plus the extra days.
Well,
Okay.
well, I will point out something. You couldn't do harm. Period.
No,
And
I said for a month.
Yes. And that month hasn't passed yet. And I will also point something else out, something pertinent to this. You haven't actually taken.
Oh,
he is
for
still
fuck's sake.
getting harmed because it has to for you to take it from his mind. So you're actually harming yourself now.
Again, I fall into this trap. Fuck!
Again!
I mean, in all honesty,
I was waiting for it. I did.
But in all honesty, this time it was because of a failed flaw roll.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fair. That's fair.
This is less stupid than the first time.
Yes, but you did it again.
Can I just mention that the reason that this whole thing started is because I grabbed the watch.
Yeah.
And that was because of a failed curiosity roll. So you are not alone.
Yeah, you're not alone, sister. Anyway, please describe Ava's reaction to all of this.
Okay, so I think she's just gonna try very hard not to cry out because she doesn't want to, especially not in front of Grace because this is in Alva's mind, which is
roll
a bad
willpower
mind
for
right
me.
now.
Roll
Okay.
willpower for me, please. Current willpower.
I'm actually curious about the
Difficulty
mental
8.
thing. Why not in front of Grace?
Because right now she feels this is all like Grace's fault, and
It kind of is. So yeah, it's fine.
So, but Alva doesn't know that.
At least she thinks it is. I mean, it's only really partly her
I'm trying
fault.
to come up with my current willpower, but I think it's just 6. I think I have my full willpower by now, so I'm good-ish.
Lucky you.
Right.
I got only 3 7s and a 6.
That is not enough. You have an 8.
No, I
you
figured.
scream. You
Yeah.
need an 8 for this.
Well, then it's that.
You scream.
Yeah, Alva will scream. Actually, sort of screams when the pain first hits her. When she actually enters Rika's mind. Because ultimately, that's when she felt the pain, and she just made sure that Rika doesn't feel it anymore. She still feels it. And yeah, we'll kind of fall to the ground and curl up in a ball.
That's all you can really do. I mean, you can always choose to end the spell. You can do that.
I know, but
And
no.
but the pain
But
is
no.
so great.
But
But
no. I
are
failed
you
my
sure?
willpower roll on that.
Yes, but
So
here's the thing. Eventually, we are going to have to see what gives out, your conscious
mhm.
mind or your soft heart.
Oh
Which
yeah.
one wins? Just
Mhm.
pointing that out. Anyway, people, please RP to Ava falling on the ground, screaming in extreme pain and probably crying a little bit.
Yeah, Grace is. She doesn't have the soft-hearted flaw, but she might as well in many ways. She immediately ignores the fact that she's hurting and kind of Willow gets unceremoniously dumped from her lap as she goes down to to get next to her and kind of look her over because I
No,
think she
there's
does that.
nothing. Ava's just, how do you say that? A show off? Not a show off, but the other word. Like,
No, I get it. She's reacting to something I can't see.
or that. Or she might just be, acting it. That was it. Trying to get attention. Attention whore. That was the word I was looking for. I was
She
just an
doesn't.
attention whore. Don't worry about it,
Well, she can be, but that she doesn't
Yeah.
think that's the situation right now. So she does. If she doesn't see anything, she's gonna be like, Ava, what is going on?
You'll just get like a sob.
Yeah, I mean, she's basically she's touching your arm right now, regardless of whether you're comfortable with that or not. I don't think you're gonna fight it.
Mm-mm.
And she's just kind of like, oh, we need words, please, or mind contact, something. We need to understand.
Pain.
Do you want me to break the circle?
I don't know if that'll change anything.
Well,
Yes, the magic is tied into the spell. That's up to Saskia if that would break the magic or not. Does she believe that the circle needs to be there to maintain the spell?
I mean, yeah, because why else would you make the circle at all,
Yeah. Okay.
But please don't do that.
Are you
But hey,
sure?
I'm not quite sure if Ava is capable of even looking at you. She's like curled up.
I think we should probably break the circle.
Not yet. We need to understand what's happening here. Pain.
Carl?
He is in pain.
Yeah, clearly you're.
What, Saskia?
Once in a technocratic lab,
Yes.
I managed to shove part of my mind in a box and lock it.
That requires you to do magic.
Yes.
The problem with that is that your incapacitating pain is a very big restricting factor here.
I know, but I do believe, but let me look this up, I have a concentration merit.
Yes, you do.
I have the concentration merit.
Yes, that will, of course, I will say that you could potentially try, but it's going to be massively penalized.
That is fine.
I will actually say it adds as much as a +3 in difficulty to your magic roll.
That is fine. So I'm going to use meditation to kind of to center myself, to focus myself, they basically split up my brain. And I'm going to try and actually do that.
That's a mind one effect. Go for it.
Okay, so that would be with meditation as a practice roll?
This would be meditation.
Okay. 9, 6, 7, 7.
That means that you manage to, because you can only get a maximum -3 difficulty reduction, which means that you have standard diff. Difficulty is just therefore 4. Go for it.
Nice. 8, 8, 6.
You manage to completely multitask, so you can feel the pain, but part of your mind manages to be unaware of the pain, physically speaking, which means that you are able to focus on something else and be able to talk, even if, I wouldn't recommend moving around overly much in your current state. Feel free to RP at this out.
So Ava will sit up. Okay. Oh, fuck. They're torturing him.
They?
I don't know. I'm hoping he's locked up. I can't perceive much through his mind other than he's locked up and in pain. But at least he's alive. I'm gonna try and
Okay.
keep the connection as well as I can. Can either of you get me a map so we might be able to pinpoint his location while I still have a grasp on his mind?
Alec pulls out his tablet and opens up a map. Just kind of hands it to you.
Yeah, because I was gonna say Grace still had the one open on her phone too, but yours is bigger, so yeah, tablet bigger than phone.
Yeah.
Uh,
You
in my
can hold
bag.
down a certain area, and it'll just leave a little pinpoint dot.
There's a pendulum in my bag.
Grace, that's on you. I'm holding the tablet steady for her.
Fine. Yeah, I mean Grace will wince her way over there. It's fine.
I will point that that you kind of know where he is due to correspondence, like you have
Right,
a
yeah.
place.
Mhm.
That's Ava. I mean, Ava
Okay.
knows, so to speak.
If I already know, like I'm trying to pinpoint it actually, but you know.
Well, you have a general idea, but you don't have an exact address or anything. It doesn't quite work
Okay.
like that for you.
But I
So
could potentially walk there.
you could potentially walk there, but better pinpointing will definitely help here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So we can find a good entrance and such. Yeah, that's kind of a thing. We just need more specifics because we know the right area.
Yep. Go for it.
Yep. Okay. So Brava will from her bag kind of like get the pendulum. Don't know if that's the right word for it. Like a scrying material thing, on a wire, just a
Yeah, it's pendulum.
pendulum. Okay, good.
You can also use a bucket.
And yeah, she'll hold it over the tablet, the area, and is just gonna swing it very slowly, as steady as she can.
You're only going to need one success for the magic roll.
Okay. Yay. Oh, 3DS. 3D10. Well, that's of course when I fail, so we're gonna keep trying.
Could have bought.
That's at least a 10, so there's the one success.
Yes, you have one success. Yay. You can then pinpoint it to it's in a location in Queens, not that far from the lake. It seems to be roughly where, like, there isn't anything like official there on the address.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be like just been some abandoned thing, abandoned subway station kind of thing, probably. It's just a closed off area. So, yeah.
So yeah, Alva will point it out. Look up at what's his name again? God damn it! Sorry, I keep forgetting your name. Alec. Yeah. Sorry, my bad. I don't know why. And she'll just tell him, okay, you can Google Magic any information you know of that address, location thing, please.
I sure will. Just give me 1 second. He'll pick up the tablet and he will start Googling what he can about this specific address. Give me 1 second. Yeah, he's going to start looking up this.
She's just going to be like, he's underground, so you're probably going to want to be more specific about, old, abandoned subway stations.
Question: can I use correspondence 2, and I think either Forces 1 or maybe Matter 1 to create a somewhat holographic image of it?
That's just for Forces 1 would not let you do that. If you're going to actually try and make a physical illusion, you're using Forces 2.
Not physical, just like
Yeah, but that's a physical illusion. It's an illusion based on light, which is
And what can I do to like basically put the map like just on the tablet itself, but change it to where it's able to like see, like move it and configure it and see underground if I move it underground.
if you just want to like scry the place essentially, but technologically speaking, that's correspondence. You don't need forces for that.
Okay, cool. So yeah, let me do that. So I need to roll my art, right?
Yes. You're going to need at least 4 successes for this.
Okay, then it'll have to be a ritual or a single roll.
Well, you can potentially take it in 2 rolls, but that would be recommended.
Yeah, I got 1-8 on this one.
Yeah.
I got 1-9 on this one.
Yeah.
7. And 10.
Yay! So your Google Map Street View function, you have, I presume you're using something akin to that. Essentially, you just like, yeah. So what you see is like a closed off area, like it's like the typical like almost like a small dumpster area, but you know, a garbage area. It's just like high chain link fences, standing at the edge of one of the Queen's area things. It's just chain link fences. You see, like it seems like there's a lot of dirt and piled up crap out of metal and stuff in the area.
Look familiar to you? He's looking at Grace.
It does look familiar, right? It's pretty much the same place I saw before. At least it's close enough.
Well, you're looking at the place outside. You're not actually in. You're like you just scried him inside of his place. There's a notable difference between scrying the place and scrying him. So, I mean, it could be the place. You didn't see it from the outside, but
can I try to scry him now?
Yeah, she'll just be like, it looks like the same place. He told me it would be the same place. I don't know why he would lie. He wants me to find him.
All right, let me scry him. See if that works.
Oh, yeah, you don't have as big of a connection to him, so roll one more time.
Okay, I need 5. So I need 5 successes now?
Or
do I already think to add on to these?
Yeah, add on to these.
Okay. 10 and a 7. So I got 2 more successes.
Yeah, that should be enough. Or not the controls, but whatever. Yeah, so you can move your van in. You know, you're the Google Street View. You just move the van inside, and what you see is an abandoned subway station of sorts. But it's weird. It's been sort of locked off. You can see loads of like lots of the walls have been spattered with blood, and there's like carved in like runes. And in the middle of the subway station, after you've gone deeper down in here, it's like through a few corridors, you see like sitting on like a chair. It's not that impressive of a chair. Carved with runes as well. You can see like a bloated blue corpse, dark hair, right, just going down to his shoulder, almost down to his shoulders at this point, just seated there. A difference from when Grace scried him and when she saw him like that in the alley. Instead of being dressed in just tatters like his soul was of her blood, he is dressed in some kind of like weird leather coat, and he has like some kind of like mask over his mouth, so you can't see most of his face. His eyes are closed. In front of him is a big pile of what seems to be mostly US dollars and pennies and stuff. Lying on top of the pile is a white, high-tech looking sort of watch, and beyond that there's a platter with food standing next to it, and in the corner of the room you will see 2 arms sticking out of what looks to be some kind of sarcophagus kind of thing.
I'll go and zoom in on the sarcophagus.
Yeah, those are Rika's crushed fingers. You can see the fingers being crushed, and
Does he look alive?
You can't see through the sarcophagus, but he's alive because there's a mind connection to him. going as we speak.
Interesting. Can I move my mana up to the fingers and try to use life 1 to get a sense of vitals to see his life essence?
You can just roll for life form, sure.
Cool. What this would essentially do is like put up like a little, you know how like in a video game you guys have like a name and a progress bar or something?
Yeah, a health bar. You were getting him giving him a health bar, I realized.
Yeah, essentially. I got an 8 and a 9.
Yeah, he's almost dead, just being kept at the basic threshold. It's more the bar is like really down as a red area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, this is what it's looking like, Grace. Looks like his health is pretty low.
She just blinks a second because after her making the comment about him taking his final form.
Well, I mean, you're doing it on Rika, aren't you? Wait, are you checking the sarcophagus life bar, or are you checking the corpse sitting on a chair?
I'm checking the sarcophagus life bar, but I can go and check the chair too.
You don't see anything on the chair, but yeah, on the sarcophagus, yeah, low life. Anyway, go on.
No, but it was the fact that she made that kind of a nerdy video gamey kind of comment, and then he makes another one. Whether it's about the same person or not is really the thing. And she just kind of blinks at him, and she's just like, "So you're saying he's barely alive?"
I'm definitely saying that. Yes.
Well, the fact is, he's alive.
Looks like he needs a health potion or two. He kind of, even though the dire situation, he cracks a small grin just to kind of keep morale up.
Well, if we
so
can get
good
him out,
that Alec found out that he is alive.
Yeah, I know, Ava. I know. Well, the thing is, I'm pretty sure if we can get him out, he can probably take care of himself. He has some knowledge of life. We just gotta get him out.
He's not conscious right now.
I understand. But he can be later. It's probably better that he's not right now.
I agree.
He is incapable of physically moving. I'm just going to point that out.
I mean, Ava is kind of like, duh.
No,
but you know,
our plan is to pretty much carry him out. At least that's Grace's plan.
So I have an idea, but it needs more work. But it's definitely an idea. I might need Simon for it, though.
I'm going to say if we can come up with some way to, I don't know, we need a ton of sun going at him.
I can't fight.
Well,
I mean, at this point, if you've broken your promise twice, what's the third time?
I mean,
that promise is null and void at this point. You keep self-harming.
I mean, in this case, I would like to argue that Ava didn't know in advance she would hurt herself.
Well, I can always try to make an enhanced version of a spotlight, if that would help.
Okay. You guys can focus on an attack. I'll focus on getting Rick out. I think I have an idea.
I can pull a small thing through, but I can't really pull... Yeah, I couldn't get, like, Rika through.
Do you think, like, a more potent spotlight would work in replace of sun?
I would not want to make that guess. I would guess no, but, you know, I don't think it's light in general. I think it's sunlight.
UV?
The dude looks like he's a zombie, which is related to vampire, which vampires hate sunlight. So if you put it all together, I think it's sunlight. But I could be wrong.
I'm gonna...
by the way, as you all are scrying, you could suddenly hear the watch starts beeping, beep 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 beep.
So I'm gonna zoom over to the watch and the dude sitting in the chair.
Yeah.
Does it explode at
as-
some point? Because that would be nice.
But as you do that, you can suddenly see the eyes of of the guy in the chair opening up. They're piercing blue, actually glowing blue, in fact, which is notable because in life he had brown eyes. From those of the two of you who have seen him.
But she's seen him with the blue eyes before.
Yeah, I mean you have, but I've had him. And he just rises above the chair and he pulls out a red sword. Just red one-handed sword, and just looks around. He just stares around into the room. And then it's almost like he stares directly at you.
I give him the finger through the tablet.
Oh, I'm sure you do. Speaking of which,
If she sees you giving a finger to the tablet, because she knows you're doing magic through that, she's gonna just kind of smack his hand and be like, "Knock it off."
he stretches out an arm, and you all get to see a very weird thing. The tablet screen, it's almost like a hand shaped, like someone's punching through it almost. It's almost like the screen bends out, but the hand doesn't actually manage to stick through the tablet, and the tablet doesn't fall apart somehow. That's just a weird experience, and it just makes grasping motions and it just drawn back.
I'm just gonna start slapping the hand. No,
you slapped your own laptop, your own tablet.
No.
She's just gonna be like, cut the connection. God, cut the connection.
Yeah. I zoom out farther and farther, just so it's on basically the roof or the very edge of the room, so that way we can still see what's going on, but it's out of reach of him.
He's just gonna step forward a few times, and he's going to reach out both arms.
Grace is going to.
I turn it off.
Yeah, I was going to say Grace is going to pretty much grab that thing and throw it to the floor.
No! I just turn it off. No, I turn it off.
Fine.
I have a firm grip on it.
She's been through this before. That's how she got pulled through. She's not going to let you do the same damn thing.
No, I turn it off.
Did I not mention to you that I got pulled through?
Sasuke, could you roll me willpower?
Sure.
I'm slowly inspecting the screen of my tablet. I'm just like,
it has a few fingers on it. You feel something touch against your mind now. Something alien and cold and dark, just hungry. It's almost like it's sniffing out. Yeah, but it doesn't it can't seem to breach into your thoughts fully. But yeah, you notice something going on in your mind there, girl. And it's not Raika.
I know.
Yes.
You know what flies have? Curiosity.
Yes.
Welcome to my world again.
You could roll for that, please.
I will.
I would say difficulty is 9 because it's right inside your head.
Oh no, that is mean. Yeah, of course I botched. I would have botched a fucking difficulty 6.
Oh, you have to let it open and see what's going on.
No. We're gonna do this differently now.
Oh, we're gonna do this differently, please.
I'm gonna jump over. He touched me. By jumping over to him,
Roll mind.
We see Ava having reactions.
Guys, I might die. I love you all. I'm sorry.
Do we visibly see Ava having these reactions?
She mostly keeps her emotions to herself, so that's up to. I mean, let's be fair. Roll P&E versus her. That's a 7.
Guys,
yeah,
I'm just going to say that I fail a P&E because I have to get going. OOC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
You could be terrified and stepping out of the room due to trauma or whatever.
What is it?
Or I was saying either you can step out of the room due to trauma or just physical, your complete lack of mental energy and being physically
Let's
beaten
just say
up.
that I kind of pass out. Let's just say she kind of
Yeah.
passes out from the willpower of 0 and everything else.
So my shy flaw kicks in. I botched. I have like
No, you got a 10. You got a
I
10.
have,
Yeah, that's a fail, not a botch.
Thankfully.
yeah.
But you don't notice anything.
No.
What, however, you will notice is when you get a connection to his mind, and it's very it's very like the singular thought that seems to be going there. It seems as most of his mind is kind of asleep. It's very weird. He doesn't seem to be thinking as much as he's just going on instinct and like.
We can't hear you.
No, I couldn't hear that. Find
the intruder. Find the intruder. And as you probably are still close to your circle and all to be able to keep this going, a hand is going to reach out through the circle, grab you, and pull you in. Okay. Suddenly, you're halfway through your own circle.
Oh.
Legs first.
I'm gonna grab her and I'm gonna pull with all my strength.
Okay. Are you both going to try and pull yourselves out? Well, I'm going to have to give one of you a penalty for that due to her arm still being weakened and being only one-handed and also being in extreme pain. Difficulty, both of you roll strength, pure strength. Difficulty 6 for...
I want to do something else.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Well, have you ever heard of, like, I already posted it in the side chat, and this might be actually silly. I wasn't planning on doing this right now. I was planning on coming up with a good plan using this. Have you ever heard of like a sanctuary spell or a zone of tranquility or something like that? It's used a lot in LARPs, in fantasy LARPs. And basically what it means is that any caster in LARP then casts a spell, and you basically have a zone where you can't fight around you. So a zone of peace.
That's going to be a mind tree spell. No, it's actually going to be a mind force spell to do that.
For fuck's sakes.
Yeah. Anyway, could you pull through? Like you could suddenly feel like a very.
Why is it a mind force spell?
Because you're directly forcing someone to not be violent. Like if you're just going to make them inclined to be peaceful, that's one thing. But when you're directly forcing someone, it's mind for.
Okay, check. Sad.
Anyway, you aren't really in a position to cast magic at the moment.
I mean, I would have given up fighting on it if I could have like pulled off a stunt like that. But yeah.
Who's doing what roll?
Yeah, roll strength, difficulty 6 for you, difficulty 6 for your opponent, and difficulty difficulty 9. No, not 9. Sorry, difficulty 8 for Ava because you had help after all.
Okay.
Roll pure strength.
Well,
you botched.
That is a botch. That is a botch.
I slip and let go of Ava.
Yeah, you slip and let go of Ava.
I have one success.
You got one success and he got one success. So you managed to barely keep loose of your fingers while, he let go of you. And I'm going to be so generous to say you didn't automatically get pulled through. So you both have one more chance to, and let's see. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use strength and then use a little bit of correspondence magic to like...
You don't have time to really do that.
Got it. So, yeah, I'm sure. Pull. Nope.
Roll again. Difficulty 8 still.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Is she set through?
Yeah.
All right.
It's a spell, unfortunately.
Huh?
Yeah, well, that's her spell because she's no longer there and maintaining the circle, and she's not pulled through.
True.
Yeah. So you suddenly find yourself in this dark room, and you just drag through your leg, and you just land on the ground, and you see this.
Okay. Well, since I already kind of failed my my stay out of. I mean, technically, would he still count as people, though?
You didn't say people. You didn't say people.
No, I said anyone. but anyone still inclines someone, and someone means that they're alive, and someone means that they're not undead. So I think 50-50.
that is a that is a very, very faulty logic, and you don't necessarily know if the spirit's gonna go for that.
No, this is true. This is true.
Then
But,
again,
I mean, I don't want to die, and I don't want Rika to die, and I'm fucked right now. Fuck.
yes,
Fuck.
yes, we have to roll initiative.
Oh, fuck.
You don't realize how bad Alec wants to jump in right now?
Yes,
Fuck.
unfortunately, you can't.
Yeah. He wants to, but he knows he can't.
What you can do is, you're witnessing everything. You see Ava is there now.
Ooh, can I throw magic through?
What magics do you have? Throw.
Forces too.
And you need to manipulate existing energy.
I mean matter too. I can make him slip.
But you kind of need equipment to do that. You can't just do that with your iPad, based on your descriptions of your instruments. So you're going to have to run and grab some computer equipment and set things up. But
I'm gonna go. Run to my room.
Well, I'm going to say that since you are in such a hurry, it's going to take you 3 rounds to get there and back since you're in the common room, if you really book it.
Okay, so I'm gonna book it.
Yeah, you're going to really book it. Okay, fine.
Okay, so we're rolling initiative, right?
Yeah, we have rolled initiative. I rolled my first die.
Okay, I have not rolled initiative yet, so let me roll it.
So do I roll initiative in 3 rounds, or do I do it right now and then save my actions for 3 rounds?
You wait until you come back, because it's not relevant yet.
Okay, I am on 10. That is not a whole lot.
Yeah, that is unfortunately not a whole lot. 4 is a 6. So he is unfortunately on 13. He beats you.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to take his sword and he's going to smack you with the flat side of it.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Or ignore the Rika there. That was supposed to be Luca, but those names are mentioned like. Okay. I just said ignore it.
Oh. Okay.
Dude. Okay, so he's gonna smack me with sword. Okay, how much damage, 2 hits, blah. Roll it.
Well, are you not going to try and dodge? Or
I can't dodge because Luca is before me in initiative, so I can't dodge.
You can dodge. You don't have to be before him. Just means you can't do anything else.
Then no, I'm not gonna dodge right now.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
I need to keep my action. Whoa! For fuck's sakes.
Yep.
But is that to hit?
Yeah, that's to hit.
Fucking hell!
Yeah, he got very much of an upgrade.
Whoa!
Yep.
Fuck! Jack. Okay. I hope you roll a lot of 1s in the damage roll.
That's actually the best part is that it's difficulty 5 for him to hit you. So it would have been much more if it actually had not been 4 and been a 5. But anyway, damage roll. This is bashing, mind you. He's not actually cutting you.
Yeah. No, I know. I got that.
So since the sword is not really designed for that, I'm not going to count the sword's damage bonus for it. Except for 1 dice. Okay, so that's 7 dice plus 1, 3, 5. Yeah. Okay, 7 plus 5 is 12.
I see 1-1.
Yep, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll soak, please.
I can soak. I mean, I can soak this and still keep standing, sort of. I hope.
Yes.
I soak as like the that I am.
Yes. You get a pretty bad smack, but you're still up. You're still up.
Oh, for God's sakes, it's annoying. Okay, so I need to. This is gonna cost me a lot of willpower, but I want to use ×3 to speed myself up so that I can take extra actions, or 2 actions where he can take only 1.
Well, I mean, you could also try and reverse time.
Or that's
really. I mean, that's extremely difficult and hard to do.
Yeah, no, I just want to make sure that I have more actions than he has.
Go for it. Roll for it.
Okay.
This is actually, mind you, this is vulgar magic. If you don't want more, if you want more than one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So roll your arete. This is vulgar without witnesses. So 7 difficulty. You can also spend willpower.
I was going to say, I want to spend the willpower on this.
Go for it.
3 successes.
That's still 1 extra action.
That is fine. Do I have that extra action right now?
Yeah.
Then I will use it to roll again and see if I can get 2 extra actions.
The effects don't.
No,
I mean, technically,
that's fine. Actually, no, that's fine. So I have 1 extra action. That's. Let me see. What will I use? I got forces 2.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah. I mean, okay. So he looks like he is dead, right?
Yes, completely.
Okay, but so can I use remember the air swords that I conjured up?
There's not a lot of air in here, but I mean, you can try.
I mean, there is air everywhere. I can breathe.
Yeah, but I mean,
there's air.
there's not an active breeze that's not as easy to manipulate.
No, okay, this is fair.
Yeah, but I mean, you can definitely go for it. You know, roll it.
Yeah, I will try it.
Yeah, you have to also roll to aim this thing in some way.
I know that will suck even worse.
Yes. Let me. Speaking of that, I'm going to have. I can't look at your sheet now because my computer's being a bitch.
What do you want to know?
I was going to say use intelligence occult potentially to aim it.
Intelligence occult to aim it?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want me to roll arete first or intelligence occult first?
First that.
First?
Yeah.
First to aim?
First to aim.
Okay, intelligence occult. I am so happy I'm a hermetic right now.
Yeah, that's the thing about wands.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, you hit him.
Does
Roll away.
book learning count?
Book learning does not count for this. This is a scrambling brawl, even if it's based on.
That's fair. Oh, please let this be. Oh, for fuck's sake, I knew I should have spent another willpower. I can't.
Unfortunately, you can't do that because you have already belated the character. Yeah. So you just declare. How do you do this?
Ava holds her hand in her left hand because her wand in her left hand, because it's the only hand.
You use it to make the circle, so that's actually okay.
Yeah, and yeah, she'll just sort of she'll actually use the wand as and makes like a sword-like movement. The air, like the motion in the air that it creates will be is basically the forces magic that she kind of sets off with it. But unfortunately, there's definitely not enough air to set this rocker off.
The only end you do is you make a bit of a breeze as you just.
Yeah.
Yeah, which brings us to round the second. He's going to try to hit you again. This time, however, he is going to try and hit you on the leg.
Asshole. But
with
this
the sharp end.
I will try and dodge. Because this time I have an extra action.
Understandable. Good luck.
Thank you, because I only have 3 dice for this.
Yeah, and every success.
Oh my god, there's no way I could do
this. To be this OP, but he's just rolled like Jesus.
Oh my god. I mean, I still take away 2 of those successes.
Yeah, that's still a good thing.
I think I'm gonna lose my leg. I already lost it hand. Why do you keep chopping bits off of me?
It's only on purpose.
Hey,
you said it. I don't believe you.
On the bright side, once I go into the virtual Adepts, I'll try to convince them to give you robotic limbs.
The worst part is that his sword has 3 extra damage to it that I didn't account for last time because it was only hitting you in the face. So
Stay the
that's
fuck away
not
from my leg.
yes.
Miss.
So wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 plus 9 is 13. So actually, it's the same thing.
Just 13 ones, please. That's not for 13 ones. I can't soak lethal.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you are crippled, and that makes
I'm
sense because
down.
he just chopped your
Because
leg
I
off.
already took 2 bashing.
Yeah, but yeah, you're actually incapacitated now.
Yeah.
Because and this also doesn't help. There's all of the intense pain you're feeling. So that you're already taxed. Mind is now suddenly getting the very nice experience of having your leg chopped off. Yay! And you just fall.
I swear, there's just nothing left of Ava. After like a month playing with you, there is nothing left.
It's all on purpose!
This is fucking all your fault. You could have not chopped off my leg.
It was just he just noticed you moved really fast. I wanted to slow you down.
Asshead.
Um,
That guy, not you, by the way. Well, you too, because you control that guy, but you know.
Yeah.
Ah!
so does this count as round 3 now since she's incapacitated?
Well, you have to use 3 rounds. In the 3rd round, he is going to sit down and he's just going to just take a handful of like dirt and just smash it onto the leg stump, and so on. It actually stops the bleeding. Doesn't heal it, and extremely painful. Then again, I doubt that Ava is what we would call conscious. Anyway, so when Aiden finally comes back with his equipment, he gets to see now a one-legged Ava. Her left leg got chopped up, by the way. Just being dragged by the leg towards one of the corners of the room, just like along the dirt, and her just laying there unconscious in a pool of her own blood, just being dragged back to the room, scraping her up, and yeah.
So that means there's nothing I can do at this point, right?
Well, I mean, you could try something. I'm not sure what.
Wait. So
the only problem is that matter two. You can't like change a matters from one state to the other. So it means that you could change it into a different thing, but it's still physical, a fluid, or gas, depending on what it is in the first place.
And, with correspondence 2, you can still open up like a small hole to bring things through or take things back, right?
Yeah, you can.
So if I did that and then face that hole towards the sun, essentially
sunlight, not you can't. Yeah, you have to do that with forces, not matter.
Oh, well, no, I mean like using the correspondence 2 to create that hole.
Yeah, you can't do that. If you have to use a spear to actually let something through that hole. If you get what I mean.
Okay. Yeah, well, shoot, there's not much I could do at this point.
Calling for help in a situation like this is always very nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna call that you know, the one like new chick that came by.
No.
You want to get Adriana's help? You know which room she's staying in. You can go and ask her for help.
What about the alien? Can I have the alien for help?
Go and knock on the door.
I'm gonna go down to the alien.
Why do you want Dee okay, fine.
Dee has some weird shit that even I can't do, so he might be able to do something alienish.
You find Dee sitting down in the basement, making a blockhouse out of like wooden blocks. He seems significantly less intelligent than after last time you saw him.
Yo, Dee, so you know how I helped you out with that brain? I need some help.
Human help? Need? Okay. Drone, designated drone 123, help. What help needs? Atmospheric condition help?
He shows the picture of Ava and like her limb cut off and like the zombie dragging her.
Wait, you actually ended that spell?
Huh?
Well, you turned it. No, you pulled it away. Never mind. Never mind. I misremember. So he just stares at that. Drawn 1, 2, 3, not retrieval. Drawn nor combat warrior.
Didi, is there something else you can do? Look at this.
He looks at it. Seems kind of being. He just.
Ah, fuck. Well, I guess that's the only other option is her. So I run up to the chick that obviously only know about.
Yeah, go and knock on the door. Knock on the door to the room for you know she's doing, and you will see like her stepping. He's just stepping out to, stepping out of the room. She stares at you coldly, like she, she's just has like a rope slung around her, like a dark rope. She goes, "What is it?"
I need some help.
Okay. What?
He shows her the screen.
She looks at it. And she looks. Clearly, you guys are very much in of your heads. I will take care of this.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You know where this is.
You said what now?
You know where this is?
Yes. And he shows her the scry location and where it is inside.
Well, you all owe me a lot when I'm done with this.
Yes, I will owe you a lot.
For fuck's sakes.
No, not you. All of you.
Fair enough.
That's what she says. And she's going to stare at her, because I don't do. This is not related to my task here. But I'm lenient in a situation like this. She's going to step out. And we are going to have to. We're going to have to. I think we're going to have to end the scene because I don't want to RP with myself. So I think we can. I presume you gave her the address.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Then I think we can take the players for players and take the watchers for watching. I'll see you around.